Hey everybody, it's Dane Campbell. I want to welcome you back to Change with Dane. I'm recording this on the 18th of November, 2025. I wanted to maybe make one last plug in my encouragement to help you develop self-care, to help you when you go through change. I think that a lot of times we put off taking care of ourselves in ways that really help us and really address the energy drain and the stress levels that we go through in life. I've often noticed that depending on what organization you're with, there is a lot of rhetoric preached, and this can be in work organizations, church organizations, or even families, that a lot of times we face rhetoric that comes to us that says we should put the needs of others ahead of our own. We should take care of everybody else before we take care of ourselves. And we should give energy to everything else besides building ourselves up. And I'm going to argue that that's a little backwards. It's very, very difficult when you go through multiple days, weeks, months, even years of putting everyone's needs first, and then being able to draw from a well where there's enough energy and enough stuff to give you the foundation that you need to properly take care of others. I realize, depending on where you're at in life, that things can be incredibly busy and things can be incredibly difficult just in terms of meeting your needs or maybe your family's needs or maybe even the needs that you have in work or other commitments. But I want you to take a hard look at all of those things and see if there's a possibility that you could wedge in there a little bit of time each day or each week where you can do something just for yourself. I have a great friend. We served together in Japan, and he's nearing retirement, and he just so happens to be stationed here right near the area where I retired to. And we made a reconnection, and he clued me in to a beautiful little winery. We went out and ate a charcuterie board together, tasted some nice wines the other day, and it just brought back the idea and really the need to take a moment and do something that you love, just to breathe and relax and to enjoy something that brings you energy. When I used to travel with my family when we were stationed overseas, one of my favorite things to do was just sit in a cafe outside, have a cup of coffee or a beer, and just watch the people go by. Look at some of the old buildings and consider my place in life and in the world, in the universe. Most of the time I probably wasn't even thinking that deeply, but just to sit and enjoy and take a load off meant so much to me. And life is different in America. Sometimes you can find a place to do that, which I did last week. And it just reminded me how important those moments were. I've mentioned many, many times in the past few weeks how change is constant. There's going to be a lot of things that we choose to change in our lives because we need to. And there's going to be a lot of things that happen to us that bring about change that we have no control over. Something that we do have control over, though, is the time that we dedicate to certain things. So if you were to put your phone down and stop scrolling for even 10 minutes and think about what is something in that 10 minutes that you could do that truly brings you peace and happiness. Maybe it's just sitting down and having a cup of coffee, putting your feet up. Maybe it's listening to music that you like, getting a little neck rub or a foot rub for somebody who cares about you in your life, doing a craft, or drawing something creative, playing an instrument. What if you were to do that and put it on your schedule and make it actually happen? To do something that really takes care of yourself. What would that change in your life if you did that for you? I don't know. I don't know what the possibilities are for each and every one of you, but I will encourage you to make self-care such a priority that it goes on your schedule first. And then you plug in all of the hundreds and thousands of other activities, tasks, demands, and things that we have to do every day around that self-care, so that it's not an afterthought. It's the before thought. I will tell you that if you do that, you will see some differences in your life. You'll see some positive change. And you will have, I can't guarantee it, but I have a pretty good sense that you will have greater peace and energy in your life if you choose to do that. I really appreciate you listening. Please like, please subscribe. I would love for my message of change and how to do it and these ideas to get out to more people. And if you're continuing on this process and you're continuing to work to create new habits in your life, changing your thoughts and your behaviors, I am so proud of you. And I want you to continue, even though sometimes it's very difficult. I appreciate the effort, and hoping that at this point you're starting to see some positive results from that. I would love it if somebody has done this and you could mention it in the comments. If not, we'll continue to talk about change in the weeks to come, because it's a big topic. We're all going through it, and it's constant for all of us. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care, everybody.